Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our Project Ozone 3 Kappa Mode Let's Play series. In the last episode, we just set up our base here and we got a few of our major quests done. In this episode, we will be working our way over to Cobble Generation. But before we get all the way over to Cobble Generation, I want to get to our first real automation, which will be here at the hopping bonsai plot. So in order to do that, last episode we made a bonsai pot and we saw that it grows trees. But now we need to make the hopper one, which automatically unloads the items down into whatever chest is below it. Before we do that, I need to make myself a couple of chests. In this series, it's really wise to make quite a few chests. You end up going through a lot of chests, making everything that you need to make, all of the hoppers, and you need a ton of hoppers, as well as all of these drawers and barrels and everything that you're going to be building. In modded series, in modded run-throughs that you do, it's really good to have just a chest full of chests, basically. So last episode we got the bonsai pot. Now we need to work on the hopping bonsai pot, and in order to get to it, we need a hopper. And in order to get a hopper, we need iron. So how are we going to get iron? If you are familiar with mod packs, I'm sure you already know, but we will be getting there by sifting materials. We need to build a few of these sieves. We're going to need quite a few of them. So that is, let's go ahead and do 3 to start with before I have to grow another tree. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get those. We also need to make ourselves some mesh. I don't want to make too much mesh right away because the quest will give us, if we look at the quest, it says that it'll give us 8 string mesh as well. So we claim this, and we need to put these down 1, 2, 3, and fill it in with our mesh. 1, 2, 3. Now, what do we do with this? We can take items like dirt. Can I make some dirt real quick? We can take stuff like dirt, use it in this. We can take gravel, sand, and dust and use it in the sieves. And you get various things depending on, dirt. You get various things depending on the level of the mesh you have inside of it, as well as the material that you're putting inside of it. So if I just put dirt in, we can look here and go to sieve. Did I spell it right? Yes. Right click on it, and it shows us what all we can get. So if we put dirt, let's find dirt, that's soul sand, tainted soil, topiary grass, there we go. If we put dirt through string mesh, we're able to get all of these seeds right here. As you can see, if we put dust through some, can we put dust through regular string? If we put dust through string, we get gunpowder, skystone dust, and bone meal. Bone meal will be important for things later. So if we want bone meal, it gives us a 20% chance to give us 1 through string mesh. If we go up to a higher level mesh, we get still a 20% chance iron, still a 20% chance diamond, still a 20% chance. Some things increase, some things don't. But we need to find iron. And in order to find iron, we need to put gravel through a flint stiffened mesh. Now, in order to make a flint stiffened mesh, we need string mesh and 6 flint for each. So for these 3 sieves, we need 6 times 3 is 18 pieces of flint. We are not guaranteed to get a flint every time, I think. If we go here, right click, go here. It is a 12% chance to get 1 flint for each piece of gravel we have for the string mesh. We also get rock candy, and rock candy can be used to make a couple of things, which is good for food. I'm not a big fan of rock candy. I have the apple juice, which gives us much better saturation anyway. So we're going to be spending time clicking through, there's our first piece of flint, clicking through this, like this. This is the biggest bore for the first part of your game, and you'll just keep doing that and keep doing that. I'm using this compressed cobblestone. You know what? Let's go up a layer. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then hit it with your hammer, vein mine it down, and you'll get all of this compressed gravel. 64 stacks. Now you can expand this out if you have more wood. Do I have any more wood anywhere? No. If I grow myself a couple of trees, I'll be able to make some more of these sieves. Oh, and then we can use those sieves to expand this out. Now I have 6 more string mesh. That means I'm going to make 6 more of these sieves, and then I will be right back. Alright, welcome back. That took a couple of minutes. I sifted down about 400 pieces of gravel to end up with just the 37 pieces of flint that we have here. Hopefully, I think I calculated that right. All you have to do you don't have to break the sieve every time you want to change this out. You just need to have an empty hand and then shift right click on the sieve and it'll pop out the mesh for you. We're going to take this mesh over here and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 6. Fill this in, and that should give us enough to get our flint stiffened mesh started. Now that we have this, you might be tempted to go. Oh no, I need more. You might be tempted to go ahead and go all the way down and start sifting out this dust, but hold back on that temptation. When you sift dust, you can end up with. Let me see if I can find it here. If you sift down dust, where is dust? You can. This is sand. You in this flint mesh. Oh no, it's an iron. Oh, so we can sift down the dust to end up getting. Is there iron here? We can. 100% chance to get iron. If you have the iron stiffened mesh and you end up sifting the dust, you can get blaze powder. And if blaze powder drops on anything wooden, it is going to set your entire base on fire. So just be very careful when you're sifting dust to make sure that you're not sifting anything that's going to be flammable. Since we can sift the dust out here, I'm going to go ahead and just empty out all of my dust into here and get as much iron as I possibly can to start getting our hoppers. What did we end up with? In this mod pack, you can just hit Shift K, hold over, and it automatically compresses any compressible items for you, which is really nice. It's pretty handy, helps clear out some inventory space. We're going to melt down this iron ore, and I will end up needing. I have just enough to melt this down. And I will come back whenever all of this is done and I have enough iron bars to get what I want done. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Welcome back. I just got done changing all of these over into gravel stiffened mesh, and I got enough iron here to make a couple of hoppers. I've already made 2 of them. I think I have enough to make a couple more. And while I was doing that, I realized I needed a lot more clay. So I ground down some gravel in order to turn the dust into clay using our, what is this called? Wooden Crucible in the buckets here. But while I was doing that, I realized I hate switching everything over with those glass bottles. So I used some of the clay to make some unfired clay buckets here. Now, it's really, ooh, music's really loud. Let me turn that down. Options, music, mesh volume. Let's turn the music down. Keep the mesh volume up. It's really difficult in this game to get buckets because Kappa Mode has changed the recipe for the metal bucket. You can't just use 3 metal, you have to have metal plates, which you get from tinkers or you get from the casting table. The casting table is not too easy. The crushing table is not too easy to make at this point in time, but we're really close to that. As soon as this gets done, we will fire off our bucket, and we can use our bucket to transport water and lava. It can transport water as many times as we want, but it can only transport lava one time before breaking. That's why I made two unfired buckets here. So with this, we're going to go ahead and set up as many hoppers as we can make. Looks like we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like we can do one more. Just one iron short. That sucks. I'm getting a bunch more. So with this, we just take our hopper, put the bonsai on top, and we get a hopping bonsai. I'm going to go ahead and make us some dirt. I need a few more barrels, if we're being perfectly honest, but I'm too lazy to make them right now. We take our hopping bonsai in one of these basic drawers that we have right here, pop them down, 2, 3, 4, put the hopping bonsai on top. There's a reason that I've made more than one. Grab our dirt, and watch it work. We've got a few more of these. Go ahead and fire my buckets off. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I still need a lot more clay in order to get what I want done. But this is a good start. This is a good start to what we'll be doing. Oh no, get out of there. To what we'll be doing in the future. And as you can see, with our other hopping bonsai there, it will automatically collect the resources out of the trees. This is our first step towards automation. This is a huge step right here. Being able to automate wood production so we don't have to sit here and do this the whole time every time we need wood is a pretty big step. And it's important to get some of these drops from the trees because we need the wood to make charcoal, which we're using right now to burn a bunch of stuff. We also need saplings and apples in order to make more water here in the Crucible. We can make an infinite water source pretty soon, but I think they're pretty ugly. I don't want to make one just yet. I want to wait on that if I could before making one. I guess I could always just redesign the base afterwards. So now we've got wood generation going, and we don't have to worry too much. Now that we have a bucket, well, we can actually make the infinite water source right now. We want to keep it near to our barrels over here because we're going to be using it quite a lot. You know what? I don't care. We'll do it for now. Oh, I need more wood. Too short on wood. Go here. And if I need to, I can always just move the water stream later. Grab a bucket. Where did our bucket go? And in the corner. Now we have an infinite source of water, which we can use to fill this over here and start getting clay, which means we can get rid of this right here if we want to. I'll just hold on to it for right now in order to, just in case we have to get rid of this, I need some water at some point. So, what do we do next? We have our hopping bonsai quest done, claim it, get our rewards. We have our flint mesh quest done, claim it, get our rewards. I said in the previous episode that we want to be working over here towards Cobble Generation. Once we get Cobble Generation going, that's going to be the big step for us. We don't have to punch the ground anymore to get the dirt. In order to do that, we need a Crucible, and a Crucible comes from an unfired Crucible, which is porcelain clay, and porcelain clay comes from clay and bone meal. And where do we get bone meal? Well, we sieve down in our flint stiffened mesh, we can sieve down dust. I might have some bone meal. I already do. That means that I need to get some clay. So what we'll do is we set up our gravel, 3, 4, and then we'll go here. Ta-da. Use this builder's one. This is the best use for the builder's one. I really honestly don't use the builder's one for building as much as I use it for making stacks to break down. I'm going to go ahead and cheat and use an iron hammer. I hammer things down enough that wasting time with a stone hammer just means I have to craft more in the long run. 3, 4, 5. Over here. 2, 2. There we go. And that gives us our dust. Take our bucket, get rid of the gravel, put the dust in our inventory, and we need to start making clay. So remember, clay is just water in a barrel and dust. So clay, clay, clay. That might actually be enough. Let's check. Here, get our bone meal. It's definitely enough. Good. Whoops. Get out of there. And unfired crucible. We have to pop this in our furnace, and now we have the beginnings of lava generation. And lava generation means I'm going to need more stones. Because we need just a couple of blocks of cobblestone. So I'll be right back whenever I get a little bit more cobblestone done. Okay, that's done. I have plenty of cobblestone now. We got our crucible finished. We need to take that crucible and put it on top of a torch as a heat source. I know things are getting a little cramped here and it's looking pretty ugly. I will pretty up my base soon, but right now it's all about just getting started. I need saplings instead of leaves. Please, game, saplings. Go ahead and put this here, this here. I want to get the saplings because I don't want to run out of saplings. Grab one, put it there. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, now what do we do with the crucible now that we have it? We have a light source or a heat source underneath it. So we take cobblestone and we fill it in, and you see where it says lava 7 out of 4,000, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of 4,000 on the top. Now we wait for that to hit 1,000, and it's painfully slow, especially if you have just a torch underneath. There are other heat sources for it, but it's just painfully slow. I've also went ahead and fired up some glass here, and I'll show you why. If we look, I already finished this quest, claimed my rewards, and we are one step away from our automated cobblestone. It's so close. That requires a piece of glass. You can use clay buckets of water and lava and cobblestone in order to make this. So if I go ahead, put this here, and I put this here, then I fill my cobblestone on the top and the bottom. Now all I have to do is just wait right here for this to finish cooking, and I'll bring you back when it does. Alright, here we are 5 real-time minutes later. It took so long for this to get done. But we finally have just one bucket of lava. And it's time. If we go into our crafting station here, wait a second. What am I missing? Oh no, what have I messed up? Glass, cobblestone. Do I really just have the buckets mixed up? Oh, okay. Wow, that was really specific. But we did it. Oh, finally. It feels so good. Pop this down here. Put this right on the top. And automated cobblestone. About 1 every second. It's not too bad. this can be improved later. So for this episode, we got started on our automation. Go ahead, screenshot that. We got started with our automation. This is a big step forward. Claim this quest. Look at what we have next to do. I think next episode we'll be working on upgrading our furnaces all the way up to Emerald. I think we can get all the way up to Emerald pretty easy, and we'll start upgrading our meshes and probably work into Tinkers, maybe? I'll have to set up another little space somewhere for Tinker's stuff, I think. That's it. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed my episode, please leave a comment at the bottom, likes, subscribes, share. They're all appreciated. Please come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.